Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Beacon, to Wasaga Beach Business Networking. Nice to be here. Great to have you all here. We have a good turnout here around the table here at the Beacon in Wasaga Beach. And we also have pretty good turnout online today. So, so far, so good. So the quantity is there, and I'm sure the quality will be unbelievable, as it always is with all of you. So I'll just make a couple of notes about what we're doing here, and then we'll jump right into the meeting. So first of all, this is the official meeting is 1 hour long. If you come to the Beacon restaurant here, we encourage people to come for around 9 o'clock, get their coffees, their breakfast ordered, and then people from on Zoom land can join in for some casual chat as well. Official meeting runs for exactly 1 hour from 9:30 to 10:30. We record that. So the basic format is that we go around the table and around the Zoom, and everybody gets approximately a minute to introduce themselves, let us know what they do. We encourage people to, pass around their business cards, share their contact information. Each meeting is recorded, and then the video is shared on social media. Of course, if you're on Facebook, let's get connected so that I can tag you. We will also send out the video and encourage people to share it. So not only do you get the benefit of exposure and networking amongst the people who show up, but on social media, people will hopefully be seeing your names. There's a number of groups here in Wasaga Beach that I'm a member of. Wasaga Beach Positive Networking, Wasaga Beach Not So Positive Networking, whatever it is, they have it all. There's lots of groups, thousands of members. So good opportunity for everybody to get exposure. Each meeting will take approximately 5 minutes to have some individual presentations, 5 minutes roughly per presentation. Today, we're going to have Brian Davies. He's our photographer, and he's going to be doing a presentation. We also have Sebastian and Tom. Tom are here from Toronto. They're from Rocket. That may be one of your companies. But Rocket. So you guys will tell us what you do. I think you came to me through a very close friend, Hein Blumenstein, who my wife grew up with his wife since they were little kids. And I know that he's been asking me a lot, do you want to distribute fireworks in Wasaga Beach? And I kind of got my hands full, but finally I said, hey, look, we got this networking thing going. So one of the cool things about having the Zoom integrated with these meetings is that people could be involved from anywhere in the world if they have an interest in Wasaga Beach. Powerful networking tool to marry the best of both worlds, right? Back to in-person meetings so that we can get the benefit of looking into each other's eyes without the delay on Zoom. And, it's just a different vibe, right? And I'm surprised more people aren't coming. I mean, this is a great turnout, but we do a music event too weekly, and it's starting to build, but it's taking some time. So, but I know we'll get there for sure. And this is the proof. Anyway, so why don't I start with Tony? Tony, you want to take a minute? Tell us about yourself. Just keep in mind. Try and, as we go around the table, try and project your voice a little bit towards this device here. This device is, it's quite sensitive, but what it does is it will automatically shift the camera based on where the audio is coming from. So, Tony, tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay, my name is Tony Sarwich. It's a nice Irish name, in case you people want to know. And I've been up here for about 12 years. I'm from Toronto. I live downtown Toronto for most of my life. And I got up here and I started investing in property up here. So basically what I was doing, and I'm still doing, I mean, I was into real estate, buying and renting seasonal, you know, and then that's about it. Lately, last few years, I've sold a few places because I'm not getting younger, you know, and that's about it. So I come here, maybe there's another opportunity I might find where I can put my feet up on the table, you know, try to make some money. And that's about it. But I've been living up here on my own for 7 years, but I've been up here for about 15 years, you know, and that's about it. And then I've got places in Honey Harbor too that I rent out. And that's another story, but that's about it in a nutshell. Thank you.
All right. What did you say your last name again was, Tony?
Sarwich.
Kasarowicz?
Kasarwich.
Kasarowicz.
HUSAREWYCH.
Okay.
Ukrainian.
You don't have any business cards?
No.
All right. But we can find you on Facebook.
Yeah.
All right.
Tony, are you holiday rentals or?
Yeah,
long-term?
seasonal holiday
Seasonal.
rentals, and I shut down everything, right?
Oh.
So I live right down around 12th Street. You know, I got a house over there. That's where I live right now. Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
You know, it's just different because, you know, and it was a good thing I did that because, you know, I'd rather live up here now than in downtown Toronto, you know. My kids live down there. They've got the house and they're quite content down there. So, you know,
All right. Well, welcome.
that's about it. Yeah. I
All
don't
right.
know what else to tell
Very
you.
good. And I saw you over at Stubbs
Yeah,
Lonigan's recently.
yeah. I see. I kind of sit in the background. And if it's good music, I clap. If it's bad, I throw popcorn.
Well, that's where the popcorn was
That's
coming
right,
from the other
that's
day.
right.
Okay, good to know. All right. So Brian, we'll skip over you right now
Okay, yeah.
and then we'll come back to you. And we're going to skip over you gentlemen too.
No
Okay,
problem.
Tom and Sebastian. And then we have Dawn and we have Cyndy. So I don't know if you guys can do separate or together. Tell us about who you are and what you do.
My name is Don Jamieson. Basically, if you look it up here,
Power
It
couple,
works out.
right?
Does. So it's Jamieson contract.
Right.
And I work for Tofino Door and Trim. So it's a trim supply company. You can supply everything from interior trim, materials, doors, exterior doors, custom, all that sort of thing. And you guys mentioned it earlier, supply issues, but unfortunately we have to live with that. But we're pretty reasonably, like we're very competitive price wise. And we also do a lot of custom stuff as well. So the supply company that I work for, Tofino Door and Trim, is located in Stouffville, but I've been finding most of the time we can usually beat the competition even up here. So that's what we do.
So you're competitive
Very.
and you were telling me that you work on a lot of custom projects, some higher end homes, that kind of thing.
Yep.
You have jobs on the go in the area here in Wasaga Beach and
And the mountains.
and Blue Mountain as well.
Yep.
All right.
And we do venture south occasionally, not that we really want to, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do.
Right. Okay, very good. And you bought a home here in Wasaga Beach and also gutted it yourself recently too.
That's right. It was an estate sale. So it was built in 74 and had nothing done in 50 years. So it basically did get gutted inside and, well, I mean, obviously the outside walls remained, but it doesn't even look like the same house anymore. So it's been a lot of work. Almost there.
And we've seen you at our music nights at Studs Lonigan's a number of times already. Appreciate your support there as well.
It's
Coming
fun.
out to our music, it's always fun.
Oh, it is, for sure.
All right, excellent. Well, good to have you both here.
Hey, David, I'd like to just jump in and say Don and Cyndy did a job for me and it was absolutely wonderful. Great job. Thank you, Cyndy, Don. Great job done.
What now?
Anytime.
Was that something to do with a tiny home or?
Yeah, so I'm redoing my backyard and so I've got one bunkie, gonna put another bunkie in there. So they came in and fixed up the one bunkie. It looks great now, ready for the spring. So
Sight unseen, right, Jerry?
yeah, it was good though. It was great. Great job. Super job.
Okay, yeah, because I know somebody with the commercial property here in Wasaga Beach who mentioned to me that they would like to have some space for maybe summer rentals in their backyard. So
Yeah.
if
I think Airbnb is a swear word in Wasaga Beach though.
Right, but it's a commercial property, so I think they may have some leeway there. We'll have to find
Yeah,
out.
right. Yeah, 100%.
Right,
Airbnb on residential property is a swear word. Let me,
yeah. Tony?
Excuse me for interrupting, regarding your bunkie. I've got commercial properties, CT zoning. And I didn't pay my business license for one of the properties last year. And the bylaw came after me right away and closed me down. They told me to take down the Airbnb posting. So I got that resolved anyhow, but it's, if you don't have a license CT zoning, they'll come after you if somebody reports you.
yeah, they came after me already.
Oh, there you go. Then sorry.
Like within 4 days. I mean,
Yeah, somebody reported you, yeah.
But that license, it's not impossible to get, right?
No, it's $170 though.
Okay, all right, so there's.
Then they come and inspect. The bylaw comes over and the fire department comes over.
Okay, all right, good to know,
Yeah.
Tony, thanks for that. So
Yeah.
maybe I can connect you with this person.
Sure.
Okay, very good. Ellen, welcome.
Hi.
Ellen Timms from
Thank
the
you.
Wasaga Chamber of
Yeah.
Commerce.
Yeah.
Welcome. Tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm working with the Wasaga Beach Chamber of Commerce. It's a new position, a part-time position, but they brought me on to do some administration and membership advocacy. So
That's okay.
I'm happy to be here, and my background is economic development and working with small business. So this is a great place to be on a Tuesday morning.
All right, and I know you live close by.
I do. You offered to pick me up, but
You
So
managed to,
close. yeah, actually, I got a drop off because I carried a big box of the new community guides, so got to drive.
all right, well, that's great. And we met, Ellen and I, just recently
Yes.
because I just joined the chamber. And
Although I was watching you from social
oh,
media.
okay. All right. Okay. So nice to meet you. I look forward to engaging with the chamber. I was at an event in December, a holiday party,
Oh, yes.
and it was really nice. There was a lot of money raised for the local food bank, for the ministerial food bank here in Wasaga Beach, and it was a really nice evening. Met some very good people, so that kind of inspired me to take the leap.
If I may make one more plug,
Sure.
the Chamber of Commerce is doing the Women in Business Awards for International Women's Day. And the nomination form is live on the chamber website. It's open to any woman. It's don't have to be a chamber member. There's many categories. We would like to encourage people to nominate. Here's a dynamic businesswoman sitting right at the table. So have a look at that. The actual event is going to be quite interesting. They're going virtual. However, they have a caterer who is providing everyone who buys the $20 ticket with a charcuterie board and all of the food and a beverage to put together their own charcuterie board at home. The caterer is going to be teaching some tricks on how to do a nice display, and I think it's a very clever way to bring the community together while honoring women in business. So do a nomination for me. Thank you. Not for me, for a woman in business.
Okay, thank you for that.
Shameless plug.
Why not? Absolutely. It's great. Sounds like a great idea. Okay, so now we will turn to our online audience. I'll introduce myself last in terms of the work that I do. Let's first go to some of the new folks who we haven't seen before. Let's start with Nancy. Welcome, Nancy. How are you? Oh, you got it. Can you unmute yourself, please?
There I go. My name is Nancy Spagnolo. I am a Wasaga Beach resident since 2016. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to meet you all this morning.
Welcome.
I
Nancy.
have an I have an online business in the health and wellness sector that I am easing back into after taking about a year off to deal with some family obligations. My father recently passed away from an incurable brain tumor, and I was part of his at-home care team with very little time to focus on anything else. The online business is called Kyani. Not sure if anybody's heard of it. I started taking the products about a year ago after my little guy turned 18 months. He wasn't sleeping well, which in turn meant I wasn't sleeping well. And to be honest, he's still a very terrible sleeper. I was running out of energy quickly, and I didn't know how to get back into working world with all the pandemic hitting its first peak. After a month or so, I started seeing results. I was sleeping.
Well, we lost you for a second there.
Fine. So I was super excited about that. It's not being able to get into a physical.
A little internet connection.
Join the business as I
unstable.
had turned over an entrepreneurial leaf during the pandemic. I had to quit my job because I could not find daycare for my little guy and was not given the opportunity to work from home with my current employer. Kyani gave me that opportunity to make an income while working from home and keeping my family safe. Some other information on that is that in the last couple of years, people have been very focused on their health and well-being. And I love being part of a company where the products are natural, helping a lot of people reach and maintain their health goals, and it gives back to families in need.
Unstable internet.
Yeah.
Very inspiring individual. It's an easy, sustainable, and inexpensive program that guarantees great results in 30 days or your money back. I'm here today looking for like-minded individuals interested in being healthy and getting better well-being, or looking to make part-time income. The products speak for themselves. I can provide samples to those interested in trying them out, and both clients and business partners are welcome. And really, I'm just looking for referrals to share our products with and see if there's any interest. Thanks again for the opportunity to meet you all, and I look forward to the prospects that arise from this meeting.
Nancy, we lost you a little bit due to somewhat unstable internet. So I just wonder if you could just take a few seconds again to tell us about the product, like what does it do? And is this a pill or a juice? I mean,
so there's a bunch of products. Yep. So
Okay.
I can show you a catalog. I don't have the actual information on there, but a couple of the products are the Kyani Triangle of Health, which is our #1 product. And it provides multivitamins, omega-3, nitric oxide, which is really great for people as they age. It has meal replacement plan opportunities and just an overall healthy lifestyle, and it promotes to allow people to get where they want to be and keep those energy levels up. All natural. They're super great products, and I do have samples. I don't know if that came across before that I would love to share if anybody's interested in trying them out.
all right. Okay. I think we've got it. That's great. Nancy, if you have registered, obviously you're on the Zoom. So, but maybe if you could just send me a message, anyone who we haven't previously connected with, if they're on the Zoom today, so that we can include all of your contact information when we post the video.
For sure. Thank you.
Okay. All right. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing that. Let's go over to Jackie. Welcome, Jackie. Jackie Manicapelli. You're on mute. Can you please unmute yourself, Jackie? Excellent. Welcome, and tell us a bit about yourself.
Hi there, everyone. It's a pleasure being here and meeting all of you. And I'm really impressed you got my last name right there, because not a lot of people do. So I am one of two, actually. My partner, Sasha DeLeo, couldn't be with us today. But I'm just representing a company that we are now just forming. We also are in the nutritional sector. So Sasha is a certified nutritionalist, and I am a certified life and wellness coach. We also have fitness coaching in the company. And basically what we're doing is we are going to be providing our services for either corporate companies or basically one-on-one to deal with, different aspects of life. So whether it's nutrition healing, fitness, life coaching, or anything that kind of promotes, I guess, wellness and, staying healthy and that sort of thing via natural, I guess, vessels and food and that sort of thing is what we do. So we are just forming the company. Sasha's website is up, but our company, which is called Nutritional Healing and Wellness, is not yet up, but you will be seeing us advertise soon. So I just wanted to kind of introduce myself in a preliminary way because we're trying to do a lot of great stuff for the community. And hopefully, a lot of our business will take place in the surrounding areas up here. I'm a resident here for 3 years. I've been coming back and forth for 35 because my parents have lived here, but we finally made the mark and now we live here permanently and I couldn't be happier. I just love it up here. So great to meet you all and hopefully next time it'll be in person.
David,
Fantastic. Ellen, do you have a question?
No,
for-
I just wanted
or-
to say I couldn't be happier to hear this. Sasha is a very close acquaintance of mine, or a very friendly acquaintance, and I've been telling her she needs to monetize her skill set for a long time. She's a wealth of information in the nutritional and fitness world, and what a fun partner that you have. You guys are going to really do well.
She's amazing. And you know what? We just put together our first webinar presentation. So we'll be doing a lot of that online as well.
Wonderful.
And the energy we did our first presentation, and she's very bubbly and she has a unique character all on her own. And she was so well received. So we're looking very forward to this venture together. And like we said, she really is a wealth of information. I think that we've coupled it with, all the lifestyle coaching and the fitness coaching and all the different services that you will see online. We're very excited to put out to different companies and corporations, or, just companies that have staff that is interested in kind of picking up a little bit on just all over nutritional and healthy, lifestyle habits. We just did a webinar on stress and being able to deal with like stress that obviously the pandemic and whatnot has brought on. So, but we'll have a lot of very interesting topics, and I think topics that speak to everybody across the board. So I'm looking so forward to doing that with her. And thank you for that. I will let her know. She's amazing.
Sasha's been doing it for years. She just has been running her husband's business. So this is wonderful that she's formalizing the skills that she's been sharing. So congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So
Nice
excited.
to meet you, Jackie. Welcome and congratulations on your launch. Just want to mention, in addition to the people who are online, if you're new, in addition to sending me your full contact information and any websites, that kind of thing, each of you should also feel welcome to post your contact information in the comments, so that the people online can see it as well if you want to connect. Okay, let's go over to Lausanne now. Lausanne Bagudi, who is my neighbor. Welcome, Lausanne. Tell us about yourself.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lausanne. I moved to Wasaga Beach about almost years ago because of the military. I'm more here because my husband is actually the businessman here, is an insurance agent. He wasn't able to be here because he's on course right now. So I'm just here looking to see what's my next move. I'm looking to have my own business eventually. I'm just here to learn from you guys and network.
All right. Well, it's good to see you, Lausanne. How are you managing there without Jude? Jude, her husband, Jude St. Fleur, he's been to all of our previous meetings, but as Lausanne said, he's on a course right now. But great guy and great neighbors. They live just 2 doors over from me. How are you managing with the kids there?
I'm doing good. They're independent, so I get to have some me time. They're pretty good kids, so I'm doing very well. Thanks. Thank you for asking.
Excellent, excellent. All right. Well, if you need a cup of sugar or anything, don't hesitate to knock on our door. Okay, great. Let's go over to Dawn Claire. Welcome, and tell us about yourself, please.
Okay, my name's Dawn Claire. I work for Star Metroland Media, sales rep. So I can cover advertising in our local papers, which is the Wasaga Stainer Sun and the Collingwood Connection. We own about 85 newspapers across the board, so I can book ads into any newspapers that we have. I also handle flyer, print, and distribution. And we have beautiful magazines, our Good Life magazine. Next one's coming out April 7th. We just have a couple this year. And any kind of digital advertising for your business. So yeah, I live in Wasaga Beach. I'm local. Love it here. Nancy, you said you're new. I felt new for about 10 years out of my 14 years here. Like, I always felt like I was new. And then all of a sudden it just kicked in and I pretty well knew everybody and life was great. Yeah, we love it here.
I will also.
My husband, what was that?
No, I was just going to say that I met Dawn at an event at Rob Hutchinson had the realtor. He's our realtor here at the group, and he organized a music event, and Dawn and her husband were very, very nice, because my wife Debbie and I are fairly new too. I mean, compared to some of the others who consider themselves new after 4 years, we've been here just over a year. And Dawn was very nice and friendly and welcomed us into her community, invited us out to meet some of her friends out at a music event in Collingwood. Anyway, but you were going to say, Dawn, something else?
Well, thanks for that, David. My husband Norm was here, but he had to leave. He has a blinds and shutters business, Blue Mountain Design Center. So
do you want to tell us a little bit about his business on his behalf, or?
Well, just what I said, basically. He does custom window treatments for your windows. Yeah.
Okay, and he does a good job, right?
He does a great job.
All right, I'll just mention, I'll talk about it a little bit more later, but I was speaking with Dawn about to see whether the Sun, right? It's the local Sun. What's it called? The Wasaga Sun or something like that?
Wasaga Stainer Sun, yeah.
Wasaga Stainer Sun. If they could give us a good deal on some advertising space, so that we could potentially advertise the group, and anybody who wants, like, I'm thinking of putting everybody's name in it, but anyone who wants a larger spot for their business can contribute to the cost of the ad. So I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty right now, but she's put together some pretty special pricing for us, and perhaps later on in the meeting we can talk more about that. So thanks for that, Dawn. And let's turn to my good friend Jerry Hogenhout, the accountant who I've been doing a lot of broadcasts with. We actually invested in this device here together, the Owl, over a year ago. I don't know if COVID had hit by the time we had the Owl or not, but Jerry and I have been organizing different types of events together for a while. He's here part of the time in Wasaga Beach, and I think today he's in his. Are you in Orangeville today, Jerry, in your office?
Yeah, today I'm in Orangeville. Yes.
Okay. So welcome. So tell us about yourself, Jerry, and what do you do?
Yeah, thanks, David. Sorry I'm not there in person. I want to say hello to all my new friends up there. I've met a few of you. Some of you are new, so good to see everybody. Again, thanks for doing this, David. So yeah, I'm a Toronto/Orangeville resident with a cottage in Wasaga Beach. So looking forward to building a network up in Wasaga Beach with David. So I'm an accountant and I'm an investment advisor. So just looking forward to spending more time in Wasaga Beach. A little buried in tax season right now, but certainly moving forward, we want to spend a lot more time up there. And just looking forward to meeting more people and expanding the network up there. So again, thanks, David, for doing this and welcoming me, and good to see everybody up there.
Jerry, any quick tax tips as we head into tax season? Is there anything new that people should be aware of, or
not a whole
often forget?
Yeah, not a whole lot new in the tax world. Nothing dramatic. We're heading head on into the end of February, which is a very, very important deadline for us for two reasons. One, it's Rsp Deadline. Those of you that know me, I'm not the biggest fan of RSPs. In fact, I don't like them that much. I always caution people to not really use RSPs as a retirement savings tool. We use them more as a tax saving tool. So there's many other ways that we can save for retirement, many better ways than using an RSP. So we really just use them as a tax tool. If we can save tax, if we can save more tax putting money into an RSP than we have to pay when we take it out, then it starts to make sense. But if we're not saving any tax between putting it in and taking it out, there's no point in doing that. So that's just a little message I send out to people as February 28th comes forward. I kind of laugh at the banks a bit as they use this mega sales processing machine to just get everybody's money in mutual funds. So anyway, actually, I'm on a CRA hold call. I've just got the person, so I'm going to exit and listen to people, and I'll be right back with you.
Go
Thank
for
you.
it. Yeah. When CRA picks up the phone, you don't want to make the
I
let
know
them
why
hold.
he's on hold, I
Yeah,
can
there
tell
goes
you.
another hour and a half waiting. No offense, CRA, if you're watching this. Okay, so I think it's my turn. I'll just take a minute to let you guys know what I do. I'm a mortgage broker, and I'm also a dealing representative. So as a mortgage broker, I arrange mortgages for people. I work with a lot of people who don't get what they want from the bank for one reason or another. Self-employed is a very good example, because depending on the nature of your business, sometimes self-employed people could be doing extremely well, but they may not be showing a lot of income on your tax returns because they may be writing everything off under the sun. And I don't work for CRA, and their lenders don't work for CRA either. They want to know if they lend you money that you have the capacity to service the debt. The thing about banks is, and this may be controversial to say this, but I do believe this to be true, and that is that the banks are sort of in cahoots with CRA, and because they want to make sure you're paying the maximum, like proper taxes, or taxes. And so when you go to the bank and ask for a mortgage, if you're self-employed, first thing they do is ask you for your tax returns. And we know that your personal tax returns may not be a good representation of your ability to service the debt. So a lot of the lenders that we deal with, they look at the gross to start, and then they consider what is reasonable in terms of expenses. So an example of this is a real estate agent who, let's say, is making $250,000 a year in commissions. Maybe they're reporting $65,000 or $75,000 of net income after expenses. Well, you're not going to get much of a mortgage with $65,000 of income, but we know that realistically, the expenses are probably closer to around 50. I mean, just based on, what's reasonable. So we'll figure, okay, we're going to lend you based on an income of 200,000 rather than 65, because we know that's probably about how much you're really making. And therefore, we're going to lend you the money that you need. And some of these people, they go out, they buy houses that they can afford. We consider their credit, we consider their amount of down payment. Where did the down payment come from? Is it savings? So there's a lot of things in a mortgage application. We deal with people who may own multiple investment properties. They might own apartment buildings. They may want to build, need construction financing. They may have a credit issue. So those are the types of mortgages that we arrange for people. And I've been working as a mortgage agent and a broker for about 18 years now. And as a dealing representative, I offer alternative investments that are not listed on the stock exchange, private investments. And that's a very good industry there. But I think I'll talk more about that at another meeting. So so that's my story. So why don't we go to Brian now? Yeah.
Do you do commercial and residential, or do you focus?
Yeah, no, I do commercial lending as well. So I have institutional lenders, what they call A and B lenders. So the A lenders, like the banks and other companies that are similar to banks, and then B lenders who are a little bit more flexible than the bank. They're institutions. They charge a slightly higher rate, but they're more flexible in how they look at income, rental income, credit, other things like that. Yes, commercial and residential. First and second mortgages. Yeah, no problem. Okay, very good. Thanks for the question. Any other questions? No. Okay, very good. Good question. Brian Davies, tell us about yourself. Welcome. You're the group photographer. I know you also do some work for the Georgian Life, right?
Mhm.
That's how we met in the summer at a fundraiser. You came over to take some pictures. We were over at the Grandma's Beach Treats at a musical fundraiser, and you did some of the Frank Sinatra tunes. You're also a singer.
That's a side.
Side thing. So a very talented guy, and appreciate you being out here. Brian, tell us about yourself.
Morning, everybody. My name is Brian Davies. Thank you, David, for the opportunity. I want to tell you guys how I was able to live my dream in photography and media for the past 40 years. As a writer, video producer, instructor, photographer, and more recently a voice actor. You likely read my articles in Georgian Life and have seen photos of previous events. Although I photograph commercial, real estate, wedding, portraits, tourism, I now focus primarily on editorial images, that is magazine, newspaper events, as well as fine art photography. Last year, I was invited to hang 2 of my fine art prints at the Hospice Collingwood. Getting a contract from RGO7 a few years ago was a wonderful chance to travel in Ontario to shoot images from the tourism industry. And I've also had the chance to host a photography adventure for people in the island of Montserrat. We actually were able to photograph an active volcano at nighttime. Yeah. My most favorite adventure is having one of my prints, father and son, selected for a group show of Canadian photographers in Beijing. The show traveled through 10 cities in China, and I had the opportunity to travel to Beijing for that. For those of you who do photography, when you take a picture, you need to do more than just press the button. You need to create an image with a feeling and emotion. All of these photography adventures are documented in my book, Exploring Life. It's been about 5 years. Also, we've had a few member images last year and this year in the Wasaga Beach Deadline. Any questions about photography and imaging? I do. Or?
Questions? There's got to be some questions.
Did you ever do baby photography?
I did. That's how I started. Actually,
Is that right?
In Toronto, yeah.
I did that too when I was a kid. It was Canadian Babies.
Exactly. It's the same company.
Yeah.
Brian, you're freelance as well.
freelance,
If
yeah.
somebody wanted you to come and do a family reunion or
Oh, sure.
or something like that to ensure that they actually got the right pictures
Yeah.
rather than the family version.
Yeah.
Do you do weddings too?
I used to. I don't really do them anymore. It's a lot of pressure. I'm
Right.
an old guy now, so
They're probably the worst, right?
It is very hard work, the whole day. But
Yeah.
That's true.
yeah, I like family portraits. And we did political portraits for a couple of local authors.
And
Headshots.
Yeah, headshots, yeah.
as a writer for Georgian media and photographer, George, you want to tell us about some of the assignments that you do and what you're looking for? If anybody knows of something newsworthy,
Yeah,
is that?
you have a really interesting event that's colorful and a lot of fun. Just call Georgia Life Selena, and she'll assign probably me or one of the photographers. What we're looking for, in fact, the last two, I was out at the Adventure Insider House. They had a snowshoe event.
Yeah.
That stuff was really interesting. You've got food, you've got cider. It makes really interesting human interest pictures in the paper. And I have all the photographers have to sort of write their own captions too, which is kind of good. So I've been able to fine tune my writing skills.
Well, kudos to Georgian Life for highlighting our community and keeping it vibrant.
Oh, yes, they do. That's one of the key features. People love to come to Collingwood and Wasaga.
And what about the singing? I mean, I always enjoy your Frank Sinatra tunes. Or can we catch you? Where can we find you singing?
Maybe at the beginning here. Guy is looking at having a crooners night. So people that like to sing the old fashioned song.
Right. Right.
I did some tunes here last Friday night.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Singing is just kind of a hobby that fun to do it. I love Frank Sinatra's music, and that's and people tell me, which is really interesting. I hadn't realized this, that they say my voice sounds like Sinatra. So I was really thrilled to hear that.
Yes, it does. Yeah, for sure. And was that like, do they have these karaoke nights here
Yeah,
at the Beacon?
Friday and Saturday at the Beacon. The guy is thinking of putting on another night for Twitter.
Right.
That's old folks.
Gotcha. All right. Okay, sounds good. So we'll have to check it out. Let us know when you're singing, and you have a website, right?
Yeah, website. I'll post it on Facebook.
Okay.
And if you're having any outdoor events, yes, I'd be happy to do that.
All right. All right. Terrific.
One of the things I didn't mention, that I do voice. I've done video TV commercials in our home studio. That's kind of another sideline.
All right. Excellent. Well, good to have you here. Now, so perhaps either during the hour or after the hour, I know you also had suggestions regarding potential names for this group. So maybe that's something we can get into when we're done all of the presentations and get your input on that. We appreciate that. Okay.
Can
So
I just say,
sure.
I've known Brian for a long time and didn't know most of what you just said. So what a great opportunity to get to know people better in the community. David, thank you for doing this.
Pleasure.
I'm impressed.
All right.
Did you know he
Awesome.
did the Sinatra thing? Did you know that?
He does what?
Did he did the Sinatra thing?
I just think it came up somehow recently. Maybe you made a comment on social media or something, but yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know you sang. I didn't know you did voiceovers.
If they do a Twitter night, I'll let you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please.
I can sing after a few beers.
All right, so moving along, thanks for that, Brian. Moving along, we have Sebastian and Tom. I know rocket.ca, Rocket Fireworks is one of your projects. There may be more. Tell us about yourself. What brought you out here today? Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm actually going to grab my bag because we have a quick show and tell.
Okay. Yeah, visual display. You're not going to set them on.
I'll keep this short. We have party favors for everybody. We'll keep this short because we have a few facets that to speak about, which hopefully will reach across various interests. But number one, we're a retail fireworks company. We're a very large online presence. We ship across Canada. We have about 25 pop-up. We have 2 permanent locations and 25 pop-up locations. So we open seasonally at shopping centers, across Ontario. One of the things we're definitely here looking for is a site in Wasaga Beach, and we do that in two ways. We either literally just lease, parking lot space for our mobile pop-ups from commercial land property owners, or sometimes we will, if you have an existing business, we'll have a store within a store concept where we either rent space or revenue share, and we have a seasonal partnership agreement where we say, hey, we will come in and take some of your retail space for a few months, and we bring quite a lot of additional traffic to your property because we advertise extensively, and it's worked well in both regards. So we have we are at heart, we're a good group of very honest and hardworking people with integrity, and our partnerships tend to last for a long time, and we've had amazing partnerships with business people, whether we are renting on their land or using part of their space. It's worked out very well. So we have some interesting products that you may not have heard of before. So of course we do regular fireworks, which are popular, and we have big sparklers and whatnot, which you can sell in any party store or any store in Wasaga, which we have coffee shops that carry our sparklers and birthday cake candles and this kind of thing. So we also have a huge burgeoning sector is gender reveal. So gender reveal are like baby reveal parties. So you would announce the gender of your upcoming child with a confetti cannon or a smoke grenade that emits colored smoke in pink or blue. This is a hugely popular area. So any of you that are involved in again, party or entertainment or this kind of thing, or photography, smoke is our smoke effects are huge for photographers. So colored smoke where you pull the wire and it releases, anyway. So that's enough about that. The other thing we are heavily involved in is we do special effects for weddings. We actually do professional fireworks displays. We have indoor effects. So again, anyone involved in the wedding industry would be a big sector. And then lastly, what may be of interest to the broader audience is we were telling David at the beginning, as we've gone through our 20 years of doing business and importing from products from China, we've developed a huge network of products that we can import from all types of different factories. So we've brought literally, it's like if you own a nightclub and you need toilet paper, we bring anything from electronics to, as I said, sundries to scooters, whatever you can think of, wakeboards. So like really probably whatever products any of you would use on a fairly large basis. And it actually doesn't have to be as large as you think. We can source for you quite anything, and the quality is very high because you're going through us and our knowledge rather than trying to stumble upon a factory overseas. And the pricing tends to be very aggressive compared to what you might find otherwise. So we have the ability to bring smaller quantities at the wholesale rates to the public of just about whatever you can think of. So those are the different facets, and Sebastian is in charge mostly of the smoke grenade arm, which is used for everything from paintball, airsoft, photography, special effects in film, gender reveal, on and on. So I think that's sort of we have a broad range, but if you have any questions, please feel free.
The smoke thing, can that be used indoors, I guess, or is that just?
It is recommended for outdoor use.
Okay.
But it is literally just here. It's literally just so this is an example of a gender reveal smoke, and then how it works, it literally works by pulling the pin and activating, and then you have colored smoke. And there are about 9 different colors.
Single use, pull the pin.
Single use, yeah.
Right.
They last anywhere from 20, 30 seconds to a few minutes, and different cloud sizes depending on your application.
Mm-hmm.
We also honestly, guys, have everything from like campfire starters that come in packages to hand warmers. As I said, because of once we started importing, the floodgates opened, and whatever you may need, and it can be exercise equipment, health equipment, the bicycles, the list is endless. So if you have needs for something, please reach out, and no query is too small.
Did you guys have cards, business cards?
I didn't bring any, but
Okay.
you can find us at rocket.ca. And maybe afterwards, a good thing, if we could, it would be great if everyone who's in attendance, we could maybe put it together,
Mhm.
a list of their emails and
Yep.
contacts.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. We can do that.
Rocket ET, like a rocket ship. So rocket.ca. A good question. It would be cool to go the other way too. Yeah.
Now, I've been inquiring over at Stonebridge. Do you know where Stonebridge is? It's on the east side of town, about some space there. So I've been talking to the
Cool.
to the leasing agent over there. I'm wondering if that might be a potential site for a pop-up, I guess,
Yeah, we would love to have
for
it.
the for the fireworks.
Stonebridge?
Where Walmart is.
Walmart's- Oh, yeah, yeah.
In that
Okay, gotcha.
Walmart plaza.
definitely.
Pretty good sized plaza.
Yeah.
Might be a good site for
Great.
a pop-up fireworks. I don't know if there's many fireworks suppliers in town here or not.
There aren't many. We
There is
have
a pop-up here during
Yes.
the holidays.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we should
like-
have something in the parking lot here.
Right here?
Yeah.
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 A lot of the small
That
confection
wasn't you
stores
guys, though,
have
right?
That's
Yeah, it wasn't us.
similar fireworks, right?
They
Okay.
probably come from home, because there's somebody over there.
Oh,
Do
probably.
you know the name of the?
No.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think it's, I do, I know the
Well,
name.
you know, the
On
place
Hume
on,
Street?
yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking is probably the one that sits up out here. I might be
Yes,
wrong.
it is.
Is
yeah.
it?
Is that her?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 She's got 2 dogs.
Oh, no, I don't, sorry.
Oh,
Mom,
okay.
I mean, I'm
sure.
just assuming that's who
But
they
she's
are.
into balloons and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking.
Yeah, there is a balloon store in Collingwood.
Oh, cool.
Is
You
there?
probably
Fantastic.
know, right?
Yeah.
If they're in the guide, if you have a look. and
I'll never take a look.
Yeah,
and might be able to work.
yeah, the director.
We've dealt a bit here with Wasaga Paintball, so they're one of our
Yeah,
partners. I'm not sure if you guys are all familiar.
and did you say confetti cannons too?
Yeah, we've got
Yeah.
confetti cannons, which are these, and they
You
come
mentioned,
even biodegradable, and
you mentioned professional display. Do you set up and execute the fireworks for festivals? and
we do,
events?
yeah, for
Okay.
cities, towns,
Yeah.
weddings.
I used
corporate
to,
events.
work with suppliers on that, and back in, probably close to a decade ago, it was about $1,000 a minute.
It's about right
Yeah, it's about right,
Yeah.
right, to do it properly.
to do it.
But
properly.
that's a big public
That's for a,
display.
yeah,
Public
that's for,
display.
exactly, a municipal level.
Right.
For your backyard, it's a lot less.
No, for sure.
But still, but
More
very
with less,
impressive.
right? More
Yeah.
with less, yeah.
Have you ever considered, this is just, I'm throwing this out there, but I know you're from Etobicoke area. Friend of ours, son works for Wiggins Rentals,
Okay,
and they do like major big events all the time. You ever consider going to some of those type of places to promote?
it's a great idea. Well, I haven't, and
No, but it might be not a bad
yeah,
idea.
it's a Higgins.
It's called Higgins, and they're pretty big.
Party rentals.
Yeah,
Oh,
They-
wow.
they set up
they
like
do
the tents,
everything.
they do a lot of the festivals down in the
That's a
city.
great idea.
Yeah,
Um,
fantastic.
They do weddings, they've been doing vaccination clinics, obviously, but,
Yeah.
no, like, that's one of the bigger ones that I'm
Interesting.
aware of,
Yeah.
but it just might be a
Smart.
possibility.
And Festival and Events Ontario, I don't know whether you've come across them in the past, but it's a large organization, used to do a big conference around this time of year. It's
Yes.
probably possibly virtual now, I'm not sure, but it might be a good opportunity. That gets you right to the festival people, really small
Yes,
and Uber.
it's a great idea.
Yeah, 'cause
Festival
they
and
do
Events
festivals,
Ontario.
Festivals are-
Yeah. What was the one you said was called? Sorry.
Festivals and events.
Festivals and events?
Ontario, yeah.
Yeah, I'm making.
Right.
Because Higgins have something to do with festivals too, like, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're a huge supplier.
Yeah, they are.
Everything, barricades,
exactly.
tablecloths. Like,
I mean, all the
That's
way
really
down to
interesting.
Montreal to the running clubs and stuff
Yeah.
like that, so.
Cool.
Fantastic. Yeah, it's awesome.
see, it's good to network, right?
It's good network. You never know. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I think they take bids on it.
Does anybody in Zoom land have any questions for either of the presenters, either Brian Davies or Tom and Sebastian from Rocket? Okay, feel free to jump in anytime if you have comments or questions. Good presentation, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks
Thanks
for
for
that.
having us.
And did you say you brought some goodies?
Yes, as I say, we have sparklers, giant sparklers, confetti
Wow.
cannons,
That's
smoke.
awesome.
We have, where are we? There's an electronic firing system, so you can shoot fireworks with your phone.
Oh, wow, that's so cool.
It's very cool.
Shoot fireworks with your phone.
There are some
Oh my.
fire starters, which are great for any, store that would sell camping or.
Awesome.
So if we went on the Rocket site, is there actually inventory available
Yeah,
for us
absolutely,
to order
Absolutely. You
without
go
getting
to-
a container of it? from-
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
You can order, we'll deliver it right to your door.
Oh, cool.
And there's videos of everything, so you can see what everything does as well, which is really cool.
Wonderful.
It's fun. You can spend some time on there
Yeah,
if you like fireworks.
Oh, that's so cool.
Rocket.ca.
But just stay away off Wasaga Beach news and commentary when the fireworks are on, because it
Oh.
brings out every complainer in Wasaga.
Yeah, you get the best, you get a little bit of everything.
Oh, man.
I was gonna say, if you
Oh,
don't live
man.
here, anytime around any fireworks holiday,
Yes.
for a long time, it feels like we're in war zone, right?
Uh-huh.
You know
Especially
what?
I'm on the beach
People-
side, so.
I
boom,
mean,
boom,
I
boom.
get it to a point,
I get
but it gets to the point, like, I find that quite a negative state, to be honest.
I think the thing is that people need to be responsible, right?
Yep,
And I'm sure that in
true.
your business, you give all that guidance, that,
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
hold it in your hand and shoot it at your neighbor's
That's right,
back
yeah.
deck, right?
That's
Yeah.
right.
And that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're really big on
Sure.
trying to promote safety and responsibility for using our products.
Well, you have to be.
Yeah.
All right.
And there's noise bylaws. But I mean, it's like anything. It's like
Hard to enforce that.
It is like anything. There's, if people drive, you're gonna have a few of them driving drunk, and it is like, unfortunately, the bad apples always get the attention, and then everyone says, and it makes it difficult for us, but we are really focused on promoting safety.
Okay,
Responsible.
we've got, thank you very much. Good present. We've got 4 minutes left. So I want a couple of things briefly, which are going to be part of the broadcast. People want to hang around, have coffee number 6, 7, whatever coffee you're on to, and chat by all means. And we'll keep the Zoom up too. If people want to stick around and chat, you're welcome. If not, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Unfortunately, if you're on Zoom, you're not going to be able to collect a goodie here unless you stop by real soon. But there's something, if there's something in particular that you saw you like, let us know and we can put it aside for you maybe, so we can do that. Okay, so a couple things I want to mention. I alluded to earlier was advertising in the Wasaga Stainer's Sun. So as I mentioned, Don has put together a very good package, which I'm very interested in. And I can't get into the nitty gritty of it at the moment because my promise was that because this is a community thing that we're doing, like this is not, I mean, we all run our businesses and we're for profit, I think, for the most part. I don't know if the chamber's for profit, that may be a nonprofit. It's probably a nonprofit.
Right, I'm
But
not really your typical member here.
okay, all right. But some very special pricing. So I will just simply say that we're looking at possibly doing a half-page ad in the Wasaga Stainer's Sun for a period of 4 weeks running. It would be a weekly thing, and it's going to advertise what we do here. And Ian was here, and he was taking photos. So so we may have some additional exposure through an article that he might be writing as well for the Wasaga Stainer's Sun. So I'm very interested in doing this. I'm just going to say that if anybody wants to be involved in that and would be interested in contributing, I would financially, if you contribute financially, you're going to have a larger ad space. And we're either going to have 2 different sizes or 3 different sizes, depending on how much you contribute. I will also say that as this is a nonprofit endeavor here, I'm not going to be making money on it. So even though I'm not disclosing right now what the cost is of the advertisement, there will be oversight. Somebody's going to have to oversee any movement of money. So we can have, if somebody's interested, let's say to be treasurer, official or unofficial, talk to me, because I want oversight on any money that changes hands, because that's my thing. What I'm doing here is not to make money as like, charging people to come or to advertise or anything like that. I'm doing it because I'm getting myself exposure as a business person in the community, as a mortgage broker, and a dealing representative, and I'm getting to meet new people. I'm getting to network and make friends because, as I said, I'm also fairly new in town too. So that's something that I take on. The time and energy that I spend is something that I do on a volunteer basis. And that's the story on that. So let me know if you want to contribute. I would say, between $50 and $150. And if not, that's okay too. There's no pressure. But if anybody's interested, let me know. We'll talk about it in further detail about what it will be involved and what will be the size of the ad. Yes.
Will we get a receipt?
Yes, you will get a receipt. Definitely. Okay. All right. So that's that. The other thing I wanted to say, and then we're going to wind up, is that I've had some discussions. Rob Hutchinson is not here today. He's our realtor, and he had to drive into Toronto today, so he's not able to join. But anybody who comes out to the meetings is, kind of considered a member at this point. It's not like they have to sign any documents or anything there. But one thing we decided that we would like to do is to provide some level of exclusivity over the categories. So now, if somebody comes in and they are a competitor, right? Then we'll have a discussion. And if you were here first in the meeting and then somebody came in later and wanted to occupy that position, you would have the right to, basically sort of veto it, right? Or maybe an example I was talking to Brian, let's say somebody comes in, I'm a mortgage broker. Let's say if somebody came in as a mortgage broker and they said, okay, they're just going to do commercial mortgages and I'm going to do residential. I would have a right to say, okay. I probably wouldn't, because I also do commercial, but that's just an example. Okay, that's an example. So that's just something we can discuss. But really, I mean, we want to grow the group here, right? So I don't think we'll have any problem. And everyone's welcome to come once. So if mortgage broker came, whoever, come on out at least once, and then so we get to meet you, and then maybe maybe we'll open up another chapter. Maybe somebody will drop out from their position at least, and people can meet and exchange cards, and maybe they like you or want to do business with you, and that's fine too. But generally we're gonna try and provide some level of protection on a category, and that's it. Were there any questions about that? Comments? No. Okay, so that's it. Does anybody have any closing comments? Anything they want to say before we finish up, online or here at the table?
What about the names?
Oh yes, names, please. Yeah, tell us the names.
These are some names I just kicked around, see what you folks think. Of the group. Business on the Bay, Beach Networking, Bay Networking, Beach Connections, or Business Builders. Business on the Bay, Beach Networking, Bay Networking, Beach Connections, or Business Builders.
Okay. So there's some ideas. Brian said to me last time, he said, maybe if we have a catchy name, like it would help. So I'm open to all ideas.
Do you want to post that so we can?
Yes, that's a good idea.
We're
gonna post that.
Or
Yeah,
put our favorites.
good
in
idea.
Priority or something.
We're gonna do that.
I think they're all good,
I
Brian.
know.
I would probably say to go with the Bay
I'm thinking that too.
theme, because obviously it's not hyper local. It's not just beach. So the Bay opens it up a little broader and everybody would feel more welcome.
Business on the Bay.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, so I'm gonna stop the recording now, and then folks are welcome, like I said, to stick around and chat. Nice to see you all out there in Zoom. Thank you very much for joining us. And that's it for today's meeting. The official meeting is now over.